Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play RimWorld Alpha 9 once again. Excuse me. We are back on our lovely planet Big Butt Pickle Eater 17. Unfortunately, when I was actually naming the planet or the colony or whatever, I actually forgot to put in the 17, which some might say is the most important part. I mean, it's not like 69 or anything, not that glorious of a number, but it's pretty damn glorious, to say the least. But anyways, we were talking about, all the new changes to the game in this current update and all that stuff in the last video. And of course, I went over, the alcohol additions, the, story elements to art and weaponry now, and of course, the age, and the shields, I believe that's the other thing I mentioned. So there actually is still a hell of a lot of other changes. Most of them much smaller, but still very, very relevant stuff. Actually, I'm looking at the list right now, and it's really funny, because I think the shields is an incredibly major change. Like the, because it changes melee combat immensely and makes it much more viable. But the shields are actually labeled as being, in the new stuff category rather than having its whole big old thing. Oh shoot, someone killed the squirrel, and it wasn't one of us. Okay, that's nice. I was a little bit worried that the squirrel was gonna give us a bad time, but if he's gone, that's absolutely wonderful. Makes me much, much, much happier. So then, let's go ahead and continue our production, continue expanding, doing wonderful new things. God, I love these sound effects. Let's just listen to those for a couple of seconds. I could have way too much fun with that. Okay, I apologize for the silence. I just get really excited when there's new, exciting additions to games that I really, really like. Here, let's go ahead and double down on the walls right there as well. Maybe I should have done it on this side, because then it would have looked better, seeing as it's doubling down right there. Oh god. Especially seeing as it's going in 2 on this side. You know what? Whatever. I don't even know if this is gonna work, so this is just gonna be the world's ugliest base. So forgive me for that. Maybe if I'm doing that, what I should do to make it look a little bit nicer is put one more block right there. Because I think that'll fix a lot of the problems with how ugly that's gonna look. But you know what, that's okay, that's okay. If it does work, and once we get the geothermal generator set in those geysers, if that does actually like cool down this room and this room immensely, seeing as there's actually 2 doors blocking it, so there shouldn't ever be open traffic between the 2 rooms. At least that's how I'm imagining it's gonna work. If it does work like that, then that's gonna be pretty awesome. I'll be a little bit proud of myself for figuring that out. But anyways, we've got a lot of other stuff that we have to work on, so unfortunately, I don't think we should focus on getting a, are there actually packaged survival meals still scattered around the map? Since we did set up that, stockpile, yes, there are at least some. Since we did set up that stockpile relatively early, it wouldn't surprise me if most of them have actually been gathered, but actually it looks like there's quite a lot still on the map. So we should, definitely start getting our nutrient paste dispenser set up soon, but I don't think we have to worry about getting it set up immediately. So then, only question is, I'm not really sure what rooms I want to expand down here. And the bad thing about me deciding that I want to expand the base like this is that I don't really have all that much room to expand, because the thingamadoohickeys right there. But whatever, let's just go ahead and get started. We'll have enough room to put things in the works. So, going right down along this way, that can be the research room, probably, in the future. Research slash, healing room, just because I think that works really, really well, and I want to continue doing things that I think work exceptionally well for the colony, increasing our ability to thrive and survive, and, all that jazz. So then, where is the door? Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Okay, so it's lining up with those bushes. So let's cancel you, sir! And then we could go ahead and set up this one right here. I think we're, if this is our current setup, then I don't know what's gonna go in here, but it's probably not going to be, the dining hall or anything like that. I think the dining hall is probably going to be one layer down. Which also kind of makes me wonder, maybe we should actually start right off the bat thinking about whether or not we should expand towards farther off to the side, because I don't think we really have all that much room to work with right now in our base. But of course, that is also something that should grow with time. So let's go ahead and start adding down all these doors, see if, because obviously that's gonna be big ol' step one towards seeing whether or not that actually does work to prevent air from getting in through. Right now, this is only 23 degrees, and I think part of that is, well, Celsius, I think part of that is because I don't think it actually generates excess amounts of heat until the geothermal generator is actually placed. So I don't think we need to worry about that right now. But we could definitely go to production and get started on a research bench. So that's gonna be awesome for us. Let's place that down right there. Means we could have, actually here, let's, oh god, I didn't want to sell you. Get back here, you fool! Cancel that, and then let's actually put it right up there. Because then we'll have room for a bed right there, and then we could have this whole top spot for hospital beds. Or maybe, I think that would look better being stockpiled, then we could put hospital beds down there. But then again, I think it would look better having the hospital beds up there if the person who's living in this room is gonna sleep right there. So I actually think that's a smarter way to do it. So let's go ahead and do it like that. In the meantime, we could put down some wooden beds so we won't have to worry about, I want to say productivity, but that's not the word that I mean at all. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So we won't have to worry about wasting materials. That's what I wanted to say. So those 3 beds will go along the top side. Then, let's go ahead and actually add the zone right now, because I don't think there's really much of a reason not to. So, stockpile zone going right there. It's gonna cover quite a bit of space, but that's gonna be perfectly a-okay. Body parts, no appeal, no weapons. Items, I'm pretty sure would be what would go in there. Unless medicine is manufactured? Medicine should be. Yeah, actually, I thought it was. And that's all medicine. Cool. So, items, that might have neurotrainers, I thought so. So we could actually get rid of that as well. And let's actually put the, no, AI Persona Core will not go in there. That'll be perfectly fine the way that is. So that's looking pretty good to me. Artillery shells apparently gets a really big ol' X right there. I don't really understand what's going on with that, but that's fun for all the wee little kitties involved with that. I don't know why it's involved with wee little kitties, but, and I'm not talking about little kids, I'm talking about wee little kittens, wee little kitties. You guys thought I was talking about kids. You guys are weird. Kitties? That's obviously kittens. What's a kitty involved with a man? What's not a man? Is it the power in his hand? I totally said that whole thing wrong. Whatever, that doesn't matter. Maximo, despite the sheer amount of picking he's doing right here, isn't quite the fastest at his duty quite yet. I said duty. So hopefully he'll improve on that as future times come. But it wouldn't surprise me if it's gonna take... Wait, wasn't he? Yeah, he's 14! Man, I feel like he should mine through all of that stuff. Maybe I actually should, for research, get the picks done first. But I think definitely geothermal generator power is the best thing to do. Then after that, we will do hydroponics, just so we won't have to worry about food. And then, right after that, we're working on brewing. Because we want to check out all of the beer stuff. And then, I'm pretty sure we just need stone cutting for the, sculpture and art stuff, because those were definitely like the 2 major changes. Oh god, I actually did not mean to start brewing. I want to geothermal research. Nice that there's a new sound associated with that too. I love all this new sound effects. They're so cool and awesome. I love it. So amazing. Basically any ambient new addition to games is one of my favorite things to see. I love it when the kind of worldly effects are expanded upon. And that's obviously a very, very, very prominent good way to do it by adding new musical tones to a game. So let's actually go ahead and mine all that out, because we're going to need to mine all that out to expand down there. We'll probably then make this the dining hall, which means I'll probably make it a little bit longer than our previous rooms have in the past. Either that, or it will expand farther like that, but I think that would look weird. So we're going to make it expand longer downwards. God, those new gun models are cool, too. Look at the Lee Enfield! Or the survival rifle. It just looks so baller. And the pistol looks so much cooler as well. Let's look at the shiv one more time, or the knife. Yeah, that's a knife. Man, those are really nice looking. But anyways, we need to talk... Excuse me, I'm a little bit ill, so forgive me if my voice acts up in any regard. Here, we need to actually add a piece of wood. Place it right down on in the middle. That really sucks. Because honestly, I would have imagined. Oh, nice! It actually says unroofed now, rather than saying whether or not it's indoors or outdoors. That's really cool. Is this one? Yeah, this one's indoors. Sucks that even that much space isn't enough to fully roof that. I should have tried to do that a little bit better than. We have a group of raiders attacking us. Where from? Oh god, they did land indoors. He landed in through this tiny little hole. That is like the ultimate, that is the ultimate level of like amazing, what is it actually called? That kind of shot where it goes, where it's like, whoa, straight into the moon. What an amazing shot, or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. But let's go ahead and beat up Lady the man. Oh my god, that is a female? That's a female. Kind of strange haircut for a female, but I mean, I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't judge at all. Whatever floats your boat, of course. So, now we've got ourselves a brand new captive, and we've got a shiv. It is poor, so it's only nice to see that it actually shows the effectiveness of the ratings of weapons now, too. That's extra cool. It is poor, which is apparently 60% of its regular effectiveness, so that's really, really bad. But you know what? We'll just have to live with that. We'll just have to deal with it. See how things will turn out. Testing it out and working with it and all of that. So then, this can be a wonderful, good old prisoner room. Let's go ahead and capture Lady. Actually, since we're capturing Lady right now, that brings about another change and addition to the game that I really, really, really am so excited about for. I don't know if it's on the list, and since I haven't said a single one on the list, there is still a lot to go through. Or I haven't said a single one of the stuff that I wanted to go over today. That's what I should say. But, there's a change to the game now. You guys know how I was complaining before, and let's actually examine the factions while I do this, because it makes sense to do that. Oh, and there's only 2 people who are hostile to us. That's so nice. You guys know how I was complaining about before. God, my voice is falling up. My throat is falling apart. I apologize. Here, actually, let me have a sip of water really quick. Excuse me. You guys know how I was complaining about before. How, when a friendly unit would get incapacitated on the map, and we would rescue them, we would actually end up angering that other tribe. And I'd be so upset because I'd be like, I'm saving your friend's life. This doesn't make any freaking sense. That has actually been changed in this version of the game, which is really awesome. Now you can either choose to capture them or to rescue them, and if you rescue them, you will save them, heal them, and then inevitably end up sending them back to their colonists, or to their tribe, maybe even, as Tynan said, developer of the game for anyone who doesn't know, maybe even increasing their opinion of you, the enemy faction. So that's really, really, really freaking awesome. And what is also really awesome is that the 2 enemies, the 2 people who are against us is exactly how I like it to be. 1 tribe, 1 pirate band. Not a scenario where it's only tribes or only pirate bands. So, that's going to be absolutely glorious for us. We got good quality with an 80% chance of good. Cat, you are amazing, girl! You are a rock'em sock'em robot when it comes to medicine, number 9. Number 9. And thank God it actually turned out well, too. Dudes are passing by, it doesn't really matter to us. Because you can actually have critical failures in medicine now. Which, can lead to some very, very serious side effects. Possibly even death. So it's extra important to try and make sure that you have good medicine now. Because the risk of having that kind of critical failure greatly depends on what tools you have, medicine and like hospital beds and stuff like that. Summer has begun, but winter is coming. Ah, nice Game of Thrones reference. Your food crops won't grow in the winter cold. Oh, so this is a new warning about that. That's pretty cool. Be sure to store several months worth of food now while you still can. You can build a walk-in refrigerator room to prevent food from spoiling, and try to buy, steal, or make some parkas, or you'll freeze when you step outside. Okay, cool. So, well, apparently, I guess... I don't know if that warning is for all maps now. Because I imagine that if we were in the desert places, it would get really, really cold. I know it gets... Because I've spent some time in deserts before. Like, I visited Death Valley, and it was absolutely wonderful there. Shoot. I forgot to mark this guy for medicine. Oh. He's been treated. Right? No, he has not been treated. We need to check all that out. Gets medicine because we'll recruit him. Apparently there's a recruit difficulty set up now too. That's pretty cool. Friendly chat, and let's double check his abilities. Oh, this guy's gonna be so good for us. He is a slowpoke and a psychopath though, but psychopath is good. Means that when bad things happen, they don't really feel bad about it. Or at least bad things happen to other people. What is neurotic again? Global work speed, mental... God damn it! Why do we have all these people who are, like, so close to mental breaks? Oh, shoot. This is a serious example of how age can give people with really good traits. Luckily, though, this person does not seem to have any illnesses connected with age. At least, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't look like it if it would be there. Oh, there's an infection now. That shouldn't be that hard to deal with, though. Oh, God, but there is heat stroke because it is 47 degrees in this room. So maybe we should swap the prisoner into this one. I don't know if we could do that easily. I actually totally forget. I imagine we should be able to, but let's go ahead and try that out now because I don't want our colonists dealing with Cat in there then, and I definitely don't want... Oh no, I want to recapture Cat. This isn't a prisoner room no more! Cleaning, warden, oh god damn it. That is so bad. I want to take her out of there. Okay, well, we'll know to never put a colonist in there again. I thought that the steam geyser might produce heat, but it wasn't fully showing it, so I guess the room needs to be fully closed for that to actually have an impact, which does make a hell of a lot of sense. So I really should have realized that. That's my bad. But you know what? If she does actually become exhausted and falls over due to heat stroke, we will, of course, be able to actually, have someone come in and heal her. Which is something that I would really love to happen right now. Kat is our doctor. Kat, you're also the researcher. Can you heal her? Lady is reserved by Maximo. What does that mean? That she's reserved for being moved by Maximo? Where's Maximo? Yo, Maximo, you're so far away, bro! Come on, dude! With the latitude who's not really in the mood, go ahead, grab that lady and bring her into another room. Yes! Oh, thank you, Maximo. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Kat, but I'm waking you up, and you are going to... Already doctoring lady. Thank you, Lord! Because we don't want those wounds to become permanent, and I think they're going to be pretty close at this point to becoming permanent. But, yes! Oh, look at all that good quality. That means everything should be perfectly fine then, I think. And that infection hopefully should be gone soon as well. So that is absolutely glorious. We're already at 20 minutes. Let me go ahead and start talking about changes really, really quick. Lady has developed an infection in her leg. Okay, thank God she's hopefully gonna get medical care soon. It was still minor though, right? So it shouldn't be bad. Oh, And it looks like she's healed. No, health. Yes! No! God damn it! Immunity is 24%. That's gonna take so much medicine! Okay then, well, next video I'll try to have us start growing medicine, because we are going to lose a lot of medicine for that then. And I think it's worth it, because I really, really want Lady to become a part of the colony, because I think Lady has some really, helpful traits for what we've got right now, because there's a lot that our people can't do, or a lot that, we have to specify to one person alone, which does happen when you have 3 people, so getting a 4th person, is always a huge jump, to say the least. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about all this. So artillery shells actually do have a use now, and they work exactly the way that I'm sure everyone imagines they would. Whereas, in order to actually be able to use artillery, to siege enemies, you now actually have to use artillery shells. So, essentially, artillery's been a little bit nerfed, everything considered, which is a little bit sad. But, of course, this was going to happen eventually. But artillery shells can also explode on the ground. So, if they're, like, shot or something like that. I imagine if they're shot or set on fire or something. So, of course, that means you have to be a bit more careful with them. But, I would hope, I don't know if this is going to be the case at all, but we might be able to set up some, like, landmine situations with them, and then try to shoot the artillery shells? I don't know if that would work at all, but if it would, I think that would be really freaking cool. So that's something we might have to test out in our future. Oh, lady, why don't you join us? What is your threshold? Oh yeah, thoughts, duh. Oh, that's so high. That's so high. Grr. Arg. Okay, that's a little bit, unfortunate, but you know, we'll deal with that as the time comes. We need to get rid of one of those beds. How is the heat in this room? It's still 30 degrees! Oh! Oh, wait, no, I'm checking the wrong room. Yeah, 33, 31, 28? Okay, that actually makes me feel better. If this one is 28 and that's 31, because maybe then these are stopping... Maybe the double doors is preventing as much heat from seeping through as it regularly would, because really 31 and 27 isn't all that much of a degree change in temperature. I can't believe we're already getting another assault. And look at this one! Oh my god! This is terrifying! One guy has a Molotov cocktail too, which is annoying because you guys know how I feel about that. Let's check their gear. Shoddy 52, awesome. Molotov cocktails apparently don't have a quality to them. Even clothing has a quality to it. That's cool. I really want a good armored vest. Oh, there's also a poor one. That sucks. That's cool now, though, because we will be able to compare clothing more than we were able to before. And a good pistol, so that's obviously going to be another benefit. So I don't think these guys are coming right now. Yeah, they aren't. So let's just try to go over all the rest of the changes for the last 2 minutes of the video. So I'll actually pause. We'll do this fight next time. New area has been revealed. Really? Where? Jump to location? Oh, that? Yeah, that's such a big old new exciting area. That's silly. That's silly. I appreciate that though, game. I find that funny. Okay, so sieges will of course then come with shells to bombard you, because if you have to use shells, the enemy will have to use shells as well. Shells can actually be crafted at the machining table. And oh, shoot, I actually didn't know this. Apparently deterioration is added to the game. So items that are left outside for too long will start to deteriorate. That sucks for me, because, and that means we should probably definitely go ahead and move this stockpile inside. I was gonna move it here eventually, but I think I should probably do that right now then. So let's do that, because I don't want any of our stuff deteriorating. So it's just gonna cover pretty much, actually, I would say, like, all of this room. So let's just go ahead and expand that. I'll probably have one person sleep in here, even though it's 33 degrees, as I said, isn't that bad. It is bad, but putting in one cooler, we should be able to deal with that perfectly fine. And seeing as we'll be able to have 2 geothermal generators before too long, I don't think having a lot of coolers going for us is going to be an issue at all, power-wise. So, Eventually, I'll put one bed in there, and then cooler, and then expand this more. But that'll be more than enough space for all that temporarily. Let's go ahead and get rid of the chunks, though. Oh, sweet! Chunks aren't even labeled to be in there right now. That's perfect. So I'll change that later. Right now, it can actually hold everything, and then we should probably get rid of this stockpile zone. Because I definitely don't want any of this stuff deteriorating. Has it actually started to? Probably. Oh god, it has! Yeah, a lot of that stuff has started to deteriorate, so we need to get that indoors. Luckily, none of the silver or metal has. I don't know if those stuff even can. The medicine is, though, and that is a critical thing for us to fix. So let's haul that in right now before I forget. Then... surgery can now fail. I talked about that before. You can now rescue. I talked about that before. Guns now have quality, as we know. There is now a heavy SMG added to the game. There is now added the psychic foil helmet, which I think is amazing and hilarious. So we'll probably want to get one of those because you guys know how much I hate psychic presents. Corn and rice crops are added, so we'll need to test those out. Vomiting is now a thing. Some diseases are associated with it, like drunkenness, crypto sleep, sickness, and hangovers can now cause people to vomit. People can now get food poisoning. I did not know that. Bad cooks are more likely to cause food poisoning. Game now records total real playtime per colony. That's awesome. I would love to see how much time I've sunken into each colony. Pause on load game? Excuse me. Apparently there's a pause on load. Oh, pause on load game. So when you load, it immediately pauses. I don't think that's necessary for us, but that's a nice addition. And many new sound effects have been added as well. Then there's a bunch of MISC additions, but I'm not gonna go through those because I don't think those are incredibly necessary to go through those. So anyways, those are all the changes to this version of the game. I'm super excited to keep on playing, testing out all the new stuff. Obviously, we've barely seen all of the changes in action in this new version of the game, but I'm really, really excited about this one. I don't think it's quite as exciting as Alpha 8 was, because that added so many new things with the weather effects and stuff like that, and this one adds a lot of them as well. But I think this one's changes are more to just additional elements of gameplay that you could choose to do, whereas like more options in gameplay, whereas Alpha 8 changed the entire game as a whole with its changes. That's why I think Alpha 8 was a little bit more exciting than this one, but I'm really excited about this patch as well, because I think a lot of this, I think this is like the fun patch, while Alpha 8 was like the exciting, nerve-wracking, scary, frightening, can we survive through all these new ordeals. It was that kind of patch. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun checking out all the new things. This video's gone a little bit long, but that's okay. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all in the next one. See you guys!